It is here. NBA 2k20 is finally here. We have been waiting so long for this. We have been doing news videos, badges videos, just so many different things, and it has finally dropped. It actually really screwed with me yesterday because I downloaded the game and it said it was ready, and then my Xbox decided to kick me off and it wasn't ready. So thank you, Xbox, for playing with my emotions like that. But either way, it is time to start our very own MyGM Series. Now, based off the thumbnail alone, you know who we're going to pick this year. We are doing the Miami Heat, a team that everybody seems to have forgotten about. The whole Dwayne Wade retirement was a whole big story last year. I thought the Miami Heat would be a fantastic franchise to turn around in the MyGM 2.0. I'm ready. Hopefully you are ready. Let's get into it. Medium difficulty, as I do every single year. And here we go. We're going to go over to the Miami Heat and let's take a look at what we have. So, Brad Arita. Revered by the entire Heat fanbase, Brad Arita is willing to open his checkbook for any player that will help him win rings. He is intent on growing the Heat brand and will certainly be involved in big decisions. So, it's actually very interesting having an owner with, or governor as they now call it, with these preferences. The importance of money is at a low for Brad Arita, which means we're going to be able to spend a lot of money on free agents and other players, but still have his trust. Now, with that comes the importance of team success and image, which are at 5 stars. So we're going to have to try and win quickly. He's going to be involved. He does have patience. So he's really an all-around governor in that we just have to try and build a good team and we'll be fine. So our total budget, $236 million, which is solid. We have a solid player payroll and staff budget, so I'm happy about that. Taking a look at the team roster, the big acquisition, of course, is Jimmy Butler. We're going to have to try and build around Jimmy Butler for these first 2 years at least, since he is locked into that 4-year, $140 million contract. Goran Dragic is on the last year of his deal, I believe, so we may be able to get rid of him in the offseason, open up a little salary cap room. Bam Adebayo is one of the guys that I'm looking to build this team around. He's got another year left on his deal, just as Winslow has 2-3 years left on his deal. Olynyk. So there are a lot of bad salaries on this team. I mean, looking at just the top 8 players, we have 30, 20, 13 million, 13 million, all the way down to even players like James Johnson, who have a player option, and Myers Leonard, who is biting us with $11 million. There's a lot of bad salaries on this team, so we're going to have to solve that. But, oh, I'm so excited. Let's get into it. Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and set the name. As usual, Mr. Alex Gaines will be the general manager of the Miami Heat. Hey there, Alex. First and foremost, welcome to the team. Of course, thanks for having me. I'm ready to get started, but before I do, is there anything you'd like to discuss first? If you had to sum up the key to management in a word or phrase, what would it be? Honestly, it's not finances, facilities. I honestly think it's leadership. Leadership that comes from the top down. I'll make sure everyone sees me working hard in all branches of the organization. That's an interesting approach. Now, is there anything you'd like to ask me? Not right now, though if anything comes to mind, I'll be sure to let you know. We can go over the things I'd like to see from you next year. Okay, so now we can take a look at the new action point system. So you can see how many action points you'll have for the week here. So it looks like different action point values will be assigned to different things. This is how many action points we have per day. So that will be known as AP, and I'll probably be calling them AP as we go along. The assistant GM recommendations. So that's new. Now the assistant GM actually has a role besides trying to take our job. Recommendations on actions you can take. and tasks that we receive from anybody, such as players or other GMs, will be there. And now we do have an online score, which is one of the new aspects of MyGM, to where we will actually be competing, not in a head-to-head sense, but in a leaderboard sense online. And then, of course, we have the classic XP. Oh, wow. It feels so good to finally be able to get in and actually see what's going on. So, of course, we have our team status. And we now have talks with our coach, new tasks we can do, the classic calendar, social media. This has a new layout. Let's take a look at the big board. Of course, we cannot input our own rookies, which I still to this day do not understand. But hopefully they have a pretty good draft class to allow us to choose from. So, and we have the final trading block. Okay. So we have take action, which is new. So this is, I guess, just a GM functions. We can end the day or end the week. Now as sponsorships, here you can see sponsorships who sign their benefits and branding requirements. So wow, we can do anything from advertising, concessions to merchandise. So we need to raise our branding value, and I'm not sure how to do that. We can do our G League free agents. We can do a bunch of different stuff. Okay. So the Trade Finder, yes, the Trade Finder needs to be unlocked, which is actually very interesting. So we have new trophy showcase. That'll be interesting. We have the regular front office section, nothing's changed there. The business section, of course, we have to unlock facilities now and sponsorships. We cannot adjust our coach settings as of yet, which is interesting. We can't do any of the player scouting yet. We have to work on training. So all of this stuff has to be unlocked somehow, which is very interesting to me. So I don't even know where to begin. Let's go ahead and go back to our overview, and let's go ahead and take a look at our task from our head coach. Okay, this is already getting into it. We have to choose which one that we're going to actually use an action point on, so we can change staffing as a trainer. I want to go with the governor first, or I'm going to call him the owner anyway. So let's go ahead and use our action point on this talk with the governor, the team governor's house. I'm surprised they were able to change that. We've got a squad here. I expect us to make the playoffs. Okay, in the Eastern Conference, there's room, but I'm going to express doubts on this making the playoffs business. Unless we get unfortunate energy. Wait a minute, I didn't say that. I didn't say we would be a lock. Oh my god, we're already making friends. So that took about 48 XP off. Okay, so we can meet with... So I guess this stuff is going to impact our action points. Let's go ahead and talk to head coach Eric Spoelstra. Ooh, our limousine. Fancy. We should flip one of our expirings for some assets. Let's either move Udonis Haslam or James Johnson. I'm going to promise to complete this. I want to flip James Johnson immediately. It's a bad contract. He's not a great player. So I'll promise to complete that, and we can go ahead and flip James Johnson. So take action. Let's see. We cannot have the trade finder yet, which is interesting. So we are 21 million under the cap. So I want to see what I can flip James Johnson for. I'm hoping a lower 70 overall player, and maybe a second round draft pick. So I'm going to come up with a quick trade, and I'll bring you guys back once I've executed it. That was pretty rough. I literally had no options in trading James Johnson. His salary didn't line up with anybody. I thought I had to deal with the Hawks to get a backup shooting guard, but as it fell through, we'll deal with that later. So next, let's go ahead and chat with everybody here. Let's start with the trainer and just see what's going on. Hey Kelly, I've got something small to chat with you about. I'm gonna praise the trainer. Want to build trust to start out. So we're up to 60 trust with our trainer. Change staff. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so I guess that used up an action point, and we won our first game Wow, so that's what happens. We use up our action points, and it simulates days. So we actually won our first game against the Memphis Grizzlies. Dragic got 21, Olynyk was 17, Jimmy Butler struggled. So yeah, that's very interesting. We actually simulate games by using action points. I did not realize that at all. So we have a new task from Eric Spoelstra. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Too many players at small forward. I don't know what I'm going to do for you, Eric. I mean, I can only do so many things. Yeah, it just simulated that, and we have one action point for today. Okay, so that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So I guess trading as well will use up an action point to where we can't do something for that day. So we have 4 small forwards. I don't want to trade Derrick Jones Jr. He's young. KZ Apollo, is he even a rookie? I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at his potential and see what it's worth. 79, not bad. What's Derrick Jones? 75, okay. Yeah, I think we may trade Derrick Jones. Get rid of another small forward. I think we may try and get a backup point guard, actually. So, let me just see. Is there anyone easy here that's on a 1-year deal that I can sign? I think Dellavedova, but we don't have the salary cap for that. Let me go ahead and find a easy point guard, just a quick point guard. Anthony Simons, Shabazz Napier. We need to sign someone of some equal salary. So, you know what? I'll go ahead and take care of this later. I'm going to do all the minuscule trades and everything later. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do. So we can change our staff, and that'll be 1 action point. So here's the staff. Eric Spoelstra is a good coach. His offense is horrible, apparently, but we do have 3 good badges. We have Tactician, we have Tactician, we have Clutch, and we have Rejuvenator. Okay, so that's pretty decent. We have a very bad assistant coach. We have a bad scout and a bad trainer. So honestly, this does not look good. I think I may want to let go of the scout and sign Cuba Gooding. I think I may want to do that. So let's go ahead and take our trainer out to eat, and let's go ahead and fire him real quick. I'll fire cordially. All our players lost on morale, but in that place we are going to be able to get one of the best scouts in the game. Are you ready to try and hash out a contract? Let's go ahead and begin the terms. 4 years, 188,000. I'll give him 250, and hopefully that'll lock him up. Perfect. Now we have the scout that we need. So that simulates an action point, and we will now be going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. So let's take a look at Milwaukee real quick. Let's take a look at the team that I think will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals yet again. Giannis, Eric Bledsoe, they lost Malcolm Brogdon, but they did pick up Wesley Matthews. He won't fill the void, but he'll help. Kyle Korver they picked up, which will be a big addition in my opinion. Also, Robin Lopez, so they have another backup center. Pretty good overall team. They lost a little depth, but I think Malcolm Brogdon will be a bit of an impact on them losing him. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. So, let's go ahead. Why not for our first series, our first episode, let's get into our game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Well, it was the Bucks in their last game with a loss to the Rockets in Houston. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. And Coach Mike Budenholzer, what a situation he walked into with the Bucks. Already, it looks like a great match.
Yeah, he starts out with an MVP candidate. Plus, he's got a lot of talent on that roster. He's taken his teams to places they weren't even going to smell last year.
And Budenholzer's the coach you want for a competitor, not a rebuilding team. But going from Atlanta to Milwaukee, that was a blessing from him. Oh,
blessing, I get it.
You know who's from Milwaukee?
You.
Yep.
The mean streets?
From
Ernie
the mean
Johnson?
streets of Milwaukee.
East side or west side?
Shout out North 68th Street.
North side.
North side.
Wow.
Here's Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Here we go, our first game, 1-0, starting off strong for the Miami Heat. Going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, Eastern Conference foe, team we may see in the playoffs this year. One of the best teams in the league. One of the best players in the league, possibly the best player in the league. Oh man, this is not a good way to start out the year. But we got it. We got Jimmy Butler now, so we are a fantastic team. We got Goran Dragic, Kelly Olynyk. You know, as I say the names, they don't really impress me that much anymore. So let's stop thinking about that and let's get into this game. The presentation looking pretty good this year, pretty crisp. I like the new menus. Looks a lot cleaner than last year in that weird geometric pattern. But we're not here for that. We're here for the gameplay. And we are here for Bucks Heat. Here we go. They have an A+ home court advantage. That is a little bit terrifying. Oh, female ref? Very nice. Let's push it. Okay, here we go. The Miami Heat. Let's get it to our main man, Jimmy Butler. This is why we signed him. Jimmy Butler going all the way in. Oh, missed the layup. Screen by Giannis. I had to put Jimmy. Oh, that's a good move by Eric Bledsoe. I tried to put Jimmy Butler on Giannis, trying to slow him down, but I'm not sure how much impact that'll have. I gotta get used to the stamina as well. It's gonna be so much different. Dion Waiters. Chris Middleton missing the shot. Push it up. We got Dion Waiters running the floor. Let's run a quick screen and roll. Goran Dragic pulling up with the bank shot. Our first points on the board. Oh, why is Chris Middleton open? Oh, our defense is already starting to make me a little sad. Okay, let's get it into the hands of our star. And let's just let him go to work. Let him go to work. Jimmy Butler. Wait, we got Bam Adebayo versus Brook Lopez. I like this every single time. Up and under from Bam Adebayo. What a nice move. Good move. Good finish. There we go. Push this up. We got Dion Waiters cutting down in. Oh, could have had the and one. Wow. You can really feel the crowd in this year's game. When I'm taking these free throws, I can feel... Wow, he missed both? I can feel the crowd impacting my free throw release. It's so creepy. Okay, I'm staying home on Giannis. Bam Adebayo sending it back. What a swat coming out of nowhere. Okay, just stay in front of Giannis. I'll be ready to help down with Bam. Good defense. Push this up. We got Jimmy Butler. This is not a matchup that I like. Goran Dragic is on the Greek Freak. I'm going to help with Bam Adebayo as soon as he comes off. Oh, great move by the Greek Freak. Can't do anything about that. The subs are already in. We got Justice Winslow at point, Derrick Jones Jr. and Myers Leonard in the game. So we have a bit more shooting, actually. But I just want to see how we function in this sort of offense. Let's go, Jimmy. Use that screen. I'll take that mid pull-up. Jimmy Butler with the fade. We got to put up a stop here. Justice Winslow, you have the mismatch against George Hill. Just go up with the layup. Easy. Okay, the bench is in. We have to make up some ground while the bench is in. So I'm just going to say locked on to the ball. Great steal. Justice Winslow. Oh, Jimmy going all the way with the slam. Just stay in front. All we got to do. Don't let the shooters get open and just stay in front of the ball. Great defense by Derrick Jones Jr. Oh my gosh, how did he get an and one off of that? There were 3 people around him. Okay, the pick and roll. Great defense right there. Push it up. Derrick Jones Jr. to James Johnson. All the way, able to hit the layup. We're within 3. Just stay in front. Man, George Hill is doing everything he can to get past us. Oh, for the love of God. Robin Lopez hitting a 14-foot floater. Just stay in front. That's all we got to do. Just keep the Greek Freak in front of us, and he can't hurt us. Okay, I guess he's just going to Euro step right through us then. He's got 8 points and 5 rebounds already. We're going to get a step-up screen. Okay. Kelly Olynyk post up. Oh, Kelly Olynyk diving down off the screen. Start of the third quarter, we're down 5. We have the starters in, and I want to find a way to get Jimmy Butler more involved. He's our star player. He's our best scorer. Probably our best defender, so we need to get the ball in his hands a little bit more, even with Giannis on him. Giannis, speaking of Giannis, with the green light, the contested layup, we're going to get the ball into Jimmy's hands. And I just want to get a little bit of space. Jimmy Butler, able to get the foul. That's what we need to get our momentum. So we ended up taking this game 83-70. I decided to simulate the last quarter just to see how our guys would react. And we actually went into overtime, as a matter of fact, and we outshot them in overtime 14-9. We outscored them 25-17 in that last quarter to come away with a come-from-behind victory. Yet again, Jimmy Butler struggled. Myers Leonard came in clutch, 8 of 10, made a 3, couple blocks, couple offensive rebounds. Goran Dragic did very well with 16. Olynyk did not shoot the ball well. Dwayne Wade did okay. Bam Adebayo with a big game. These guys are showing resilience, and this is what I remember from the Miami Heat of last year with Dwayne Wade. Eric Spoelstra always coaches a good team. No matter if he doesn't have the players, doesn't have the personnel, or anything, he always finds a way to win with his players, and that seems to be the case right here. So we come out with another victory, but guys, that will be all for today. I'm so excited to get back into 2K20. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.